I'm Jim Schmidt. I'm here to demonstrate the new Chromatic Sax with a linear fingering system. What makes this horn different from other horns, it's each key is a chromatic note. So you go straight on down the line like you would on the fretboard of a guitar. So watch my fingers as I apply them one finger after the next. One finger's a half step, two fingers is a whole step. So the key of C, which is two whole steps, a half step, and three whole steps, comes out like this. One finger's a half step, two fingers is a whole step. Just put your whole half steps together and make the scales that you need. Now this saxophone has two thumb keys, one for the left hand and one for the right hand. And it has a belly guard here, hold the sax away from you so you can operate your right thumb. That's G to G sharp. So when you play a chromatic scale, you incorporate your thumbs. It also has an open G sharp key. So you have to close this G sharp key before you play anything down below it. There's 12 notes in the scale, and you've got 10 fingers. All open is number 11, so one finger has to do two jobs, and this is touch piece here, which is E flat and D. This touch piece plays two different notes, like so. That's E flat to D. So from E to E flat is like this. From E to D is like this. Or all of them are like this. Low notes are further down. So I'm going to go down to C sharp, which is this touch piece here. Starting from E to low C sharp is like this. That's C sharp. On the left hand is the same way. Further down is lower notes. C, B, and B flat. One of the advantages of this horn is these two touch pieces are close together. So instead of having to use a finger for each touch piece, you can close them both with one finger. Now what that does is enables you to move your hand down one space so you have two fingers for the low notes. This way I can get a low E flat to C sharp trill like this. You can't do that on a regular horn. You can also go from D to C sharp like this. Instead of going like this between E flat and D, you can use the same technique, and I have a special touch piece here that gives you an E flat to D trill. The same applies to the left hand. You have the same advantage. Instead of using two fingers for these two touch pieces, you can use one finger to close them both, and then you're moving your entire hand down, and that gives you two fingers for the low notes. So I can get low trills on the low notes. Here is C to B and B to B flat. And the tremolos are also available. The palm keys are also operated in a linear fashion, as so. Or you can go straight to each note with just one finger. makes your upper passages easier to play. The octave key is operated by the thumb tip, like this. Now you have an octave key for both thumbs. This is an octave key, operates the same as the left hand. The reason for that is you can hold the octave key down with your right hand and have the entire left hand free to run the left hand keys without having to worry about the octave key. And this lets you facilitate upper passages without having to manipulate the octave key with your left hand. Where this horn really shines is when you play a certain key. You don't have to move all your fingers. You can leave some of them down. Here's a demonstration. We're only moving 2 fingers in the octave key. It's very efficient in that sense. Also, let's say I'm going from C sharp, which is all fingers open, to D, which is all fingers closed. I don't have to move all my fingers at once. I can move just the ones that make the change. So I can leave all these cups closed and just operate the left hand. So instead of going, I can leave the right hand closed, or just operate a couple of the left hand notes and leave everything else closed. I'm only moving 3 fingers there instead of all of them. The construction on the saxophone is very simple, it's very strong, and very reliable. The key work is very clean because you only have 1 touch piece for each finger. The thumb has 1 cup to close, same with the fingers of the left hand. Straight on down the line to the right hand. 1 touch piece for the thumb and each finger. The spring pressures are very lightweight, makes work a lot easier on your hands. And like any musical instrument, you just put the notes together, make music.